starting to rise here at Croft for the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship, which is underway now. Good start from the outside of the front row by Ryan Polly. A better start from Phil Wright, as we expected. But where is Phil Wright going to be by the time they get down to Clairvaux is the question. Well, he has dropped back a little bit, hasn't he? So it's Ryan Polly leading, Chris McCloy in second. Oh, and there's contact there as one car rejoins, having been off over the gravel trap. I think everyone else is just about going to get through Clairvaux safely. It's a big old field, though.
David Drinkwater's lost a Class A lead, by the way. Paul Durdle made a really good start. I noticed there in his Saxo. Paul Jarvis has made an excellent start. He's got about 7th position overall. The Class B leader. Yeah, Drinkwater's way back from the lead of his class, so he's got some work to do. We'll keep an eye, though, on all of the class battles as well as the overall order, which has been headed by Ryan Polly. He's trying to get away early on from Chris McCloy, who is second, and then Wayne Shackelford, he's off at Hawthorne into the chicane. Looks like he's clobbered the tyres as well, which is a shame for him. Then it's Phil Wright third, 4th is Tate Tavern, the 5th is Will Murphy. Trevor Gregory is there in 6th place, and the rest of the field flow their way through Barcroft.
And the safety car I can see is waiting on the circuit, so it looks like we are going to get a safety car. Yes, the safety car boards and flags are out. That's going to be to recover that Wayne Shackelford car that's gone off at Hawthorne, so hopefully that won't take too much doing.
Yesterday we had a safety car as well, so it's a bit of a shame for these hot hatch competitors.
Yeah, yellow flags now waving all around the circuit, so everyone should be slowing down and no overtaking. That's what should happen.
This was difficult yesterday, wasn't it, as well, with this... Certainly Ryan Polly's got the message, but whether some drivers further back have is questionable.
It's a bit of locking up going on into the hairpin. We couldn't see that on camera though, which may be just as well. Yes, they are trying to get in single file as they form up behind the safety car. Ryan Polly controlling the pace as they close steadily on the safety car, which is waiting for them pretty much at Clairvaux corner. But Polly driving around at a very cautious speed as they catch the safety car, which is just slowly accelerating away now. So we think it's just that one car that's off down there with Wayne Shackelford at Hawthorne in the Saxo. Don't often see cars go off there, actually.
It's a long way around, right at the end of the corner, isn't it, as you turn into the chicane.
Yeah.
So what caused that? It was sort of unknown, but it's a shame for Wayne Shackelford.
Yeah, absolutely right. So hopefully it won't be too long a safety car period. We'll just wait for the train of cars to go past. Then I'm sure the marshals and the recovery vehicle will be off into action, and we'll get a resumption of the racing. So 12 minutes still to go. We don't get any time added on, of course, in the 750 Motor Club races.
It's been a shame for the whole
was David Drinkwater. He was 20th at the end of lap 1 and 3 places behind Paul Durdle, who was leading Class C in his Saxo at that point in time.
Yeah, we had 34 cars get to the end of that lap, so it was just the one car that was missing and then the 2 non-starters. So whether there's any damaged cars in the pack that might have got caught up, we haven't seen. So, yeah, there's those couple of cars between the 2 Class C leaders. So can Paul Durdle hang on in the Saxo? I think we might get another safety car lap yet, because recovery's still ongoing up there at the chicane area. They can see it on the screens now with just under 10 minutes left on the clock. So yeah, we're certainly going to get at least one more safety car lap. But there is Ryan Polly, the leader, multiple 750 Motor Club champion, isn't he, from Stock Hatch and from Clio's, before moving into this Hot Hatch Civic, which he had a few issues with last year, but it's going much better here at Croft. Missed out on the win yesterday, but leads here. And then in second place is Chris McCloy in the 90s Civic, isn't it? The older car, the EK. It's great to have these two different shapes of Civic at the front this year, because last year it was really all the EP3, wasn't it, at the front. But the older cars seem to be a contender this year, which is excellent news, to have two different type of car battling it out. And we'll see if we get more contenders in as the year goes on.
Yeah, good to see Chris McCloy out there. This was a self-built car. Had his first race at Mallory Park in 2020. Started his motorsport journey doing track days in Northern Ireland. His home, based in Gateshead these days, so this is his home circuit. It's 1994 Honda Civic with a 2.3 litre engine aboard it these days. There's the Ford car you can see going through shot as well, and the Corrado for Stuart Kennedy. He made up a few places on the opening lap by the looks of it as well after that off yesterday. I can see that the car's been cleared now, I think, hasn't it, from Hawthorns, and the recovery vehicle has pulled off into the old pit lane area at Croft. So hopefully the safety car can just increase its pace a little bit to get back round as soon as possible and get as much racing in this PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship race. Ryan Polly won't mind sitting behind the safety car, I don't suppose, out there in the lead of the race. It means there's less time for Chris McCloy and Phil Wright in particular to attack him.
Just saw a shot there of the Jeff Connor Renault Clio, which is a Clio Cup car built by Renault back in 2011. Kind of hard to think that was a decade ago now, that era of Clio Cup racing. But great to have that type of car here, and it'd be good to see that sort of car, because there must be loads of them. It'd be great to see some more out in the Hot Hatch Championship.
Still first of the non-Hondas is Daniel McKay in 8th place, who is 37 years of age, from Kensal, a Ford technician. And he's in this Ford Fiesta RS 1600 from 1993 with a Z-Tech engine in. It was originally a car that was started by Craig Dawson, but Daniel stripped it down and started it again in 2009. It made his debut in 11, originally as a 1600 Z-Tech engined car. Daniel did Hot Hatch from 2004 to 2006, Northern Sports and Saloons. Between 2009, he was the 2018 Class D champion. He's done Hot Hatch, Blue Oval Saloons as well. He was the 21 Class E champion in Blue Oval Saloons. Right, safety car has accelerated, and the cars are therefore going to get restarted with about 6¼ minutes to go by the time they get to the line. So it's Ryan Polly leading. He will control the pace as the safety car pulls into the pit lane. So it's going to be Polly leading, McCloy second, Wright third, Tate Taverner fourth, Will Murphy in fifth, and Trevor Gregory, long-time supporter of the 750 Motor Club, in 6th position as they head down to Clervaux Corner, Josh, for the first time.
Good restart by Chris McCloy to be right on the rear bumper of Ryan Polly. Not such a good restart from Phil Wright. He's got a few car lengths further back. There is that Fiesta that you mentioned of Daniel McKay. And he's right. Oh, there's car that's locked up and almost gone straight. Oh, David Drinkwater's also going. There's lots of cars locking up and going sideways at Clervaux. Is that cold tyres or is there something on the road? Everyone's saved it, but there was a couple of cars that were going off, including David Drinkwater, and Tate Taverner now has a moment over the bumps down into Tower. So it's quite a lively restart. The safety car was going quite slowly, wasn't it? So perhaps the tyre temperature has sort of faded. There's Paul Jarvis, the Class B leader. Stephen Langton Civic's in trouble. That car is indicating to the right, although now it seems to kind of be going back up to speed. But for second, Phil Wright has now caught Chris McCloy with a full second behind at the beginning of the restart, but that's disappeared. And Ryan Polly, leader, runs very wide. Seemingly stayed on the track there. We'll see as they come out of Sunny. Yes, he has, but it's a reduced margin, I think, from first to second. And he looks up again and into the complex, and Chris McCloy tries to come up the inside of him, can't manage it. But the top three absolutely together. And again, Polly's taking some strange lines, really, but he is still in front.
He is, and look, McCloy has another look down the inside into the hairpin. The two of them are overlapping here. Can McCloy get it done on the exit? Polly accelerates away more speedily, but McCloy sticks into the toe straight away. 4.5 minutes to go. Wright in third, Taverner fourth, Murphy in fifth, Gregory sixth. A gap back then to Dan McKay, who's seventh. Jeff Connor eighth. Paul Jarvis, the Class B leader, ninth. Now ahead of Paul Dwayne, but for the lead, they're right together at Clervaux Corner. And Phil Wright right with them as well in third place. So we're going to have an exciting conclusion to this PBS Brakes Hot Hats Championship race. David Drinkwater is losing positions to more powerful classes, but nevertheless, I think David Drinkwater not having one of his stronger weekends, and Chris McCloy's off the circuit, coming out of the chicane. He's lost a lot of time there. He's lost second position. He's down to sixth now because Trevor Gregory's gone past him, and Tate Taverner right with Phil Wright now for second place. But this has given a big lead to Ryan Polly as number 6 Stephen Langton has come in. The Yoo-Hoo car has come unstuck.
There's damage to the front of Phil Wright's car. I think McCloy slowed out the chicane for whatever reason, and Phil Wright couldn't avoid running into the back of him, and therefore there is damage to Wright. Polly's got a big lead, and Tate Taverner almost got second place down there at Tower Corner. There's Will Murphy, who is now in fourth, and he has Trevor Gregory behind as they turn out of Sunny. But yeah, Polly's got a big lead now over Phil Wright, who's pulled away again from Tate Taverner. So I think it's very minor damage. He's lost his headlight cover, has Phil Wright. There's the Fiesta versus the Clio, Daniel McKay versus Jeff Connor, and then it's Paul Jarvis who was through next, the Class B leader, just ahead of Michael Dwayne. Here are some of the Class C cars, Paul Warren and Martin Paget involved there, but it's Paul Durdle that led at the end of the last lap by 4.5 seconds from David Drinkwater. There's Drinkwater into the complex trying to bring that gap down.
Yeah, he's just behind the 1-2-1 car, isn't he? Which is that of Jamie Luthwaite. So he's got a car from Class A between himself and Paul Durdle. Probably won't help his cause. There's a slippery surface flag, I think, showing at the chicane now. So whether that's was cause or effect for Chris McCloy going off, not quite sure. But
yeah, so he's still going, isn't he? Because he's in fifth, so or sixth, whatever it is. Yeah, sixth.
Sixth, yeah.
So it wasn't a problem that lasted very long. But a problem that is lasting longer, I'm afraid, is for Stephen Langton, who's been in the pits.
Yeah, heading back out, though, I think, by the looks of it. Yep, he's going to go back out into the race.
Okay. There is Jeff Connor. We mentioned his Clio earlier, just behind Daniel McKay in that Ford Fiesta you mentioned earlier. He did the original Hot Hats Championship, so good to see that car back racing a couple of decades on. Here's Trevor Gregory. He has a big twitch through Barcroft. He saves it. Just about. Brakes a bit late into Sunny because of it, but the car's still on the road, importantly, and it's still actually in fifth place, still ahead of Chris McCloy, who had that problem a lap ago. We've got, one more lap at the end of this, possibly two, and the top two are together. Phil Wright has caught Ryan Polly, which is impressive. He is certainly the quickest driver here this weekend, Phil Wright, and despite that issue a couple of laps ago or so, he's back with Polly as they got, one lap to go.
Yeah, last lap board's going out, so it is Polly against Wright for the victory on this final lap of the race. The Tate Taverner's a bit too far back now to get involved in this, you would think. Down towards Clervaux then for the final time in this race. The blue and pink car of Polly, the black and yellow car of Wright. And Wright gets a better run through Hawthorne. He was almost overlapping Polly there at the exit. Through the chicane they go, which is a very fast chicane, and onto the back straight. And the left-hand kink in it as they head then towards the braking area for the right-hander at Tower Corner. Over that little crest they go. Turning through the right-hander now, it's still Polly from Wright. And further back, McCloy trying to get fifth place away from Trevor Gregory, but he can't quite make that work. The leaders at Jim Clark S's then. Ryan Polly, can he hold on?
Well, Phil Wright's gone even faster than he did yesterday in the previous lap, but he's still got the move to make, which the lead is much more important to him, but it is Polly in front. There's going to be lap traffic, I think, into the complex on this final run through, so it's the Mac Tools liveried car of Ryan Polly that does lead. They should actually pass the Choice 6 without issue. So Polly looks good here if he can hang on round the final couple of bends, Ian.
Yeah, Still all to play for. Wright looking to get into the hairpin ahead of Polly, but he couldn't make it work, so it's all going to be about the run to the line. I think Polly's probably going to get it done. Some back marker Lapri going on for the 3rd, 4th and 5th place battle, but checker flag goes out, and Ryan Polly it is that gets the victory today in the PBS Brakes Hot Hats Championship from Phil Wright in 2nd, Tate Taverner 3rd, Will Murphy and Trevor Gregory and Chris McCloy round out the top 6. It's going to be Paul Jarvis winning Class B. What about Class C?
They're nose to tail into the complex. David Drinkwater has caught Paul Durdle, but he's only got one corner to come to get past. We've got that on our pictures now. So Drinkwater there in 2nd, the multiple champion. Paul Durdle hasn't won one of these races yet in the TBR Racing Citroen Saxo, turns his way through and he gets clobbered by David Drinkwater, which I don't think was intentional, but it is going to be Paul Durdle that hangs on and he wins for the first time in Class C.
He does. David Drinkwater will get 2nd in Class C. A couple from one of the other classes, I think, split them in the end.
And for 3rd, it's almost a dead heat. Martin Paget hangs on, I think. They're just ahead of Paul Warren, yeah, by just less than half a temp. So that was all pretty frantic stuff on that shortened restart. And yeah, David Drinkwater there, I noticed, went a couple of seconds quicker than yesterday, which was impressive in his Class C winning car, but it wasn't enough to take the class win today.
No, it certainly wasn't. So yesterday, of course, it was Wright from Polly. Today, Polly from Wright. So they'll be pretty much even Stevens in the championship.
It's the only person to win twice was Paul Jarvis, wasn't the champion? I think of the first year we had Hot Hatch back in 2017, something like that. Paul Jarvis, the champion, when he was in Class C. He's moved up to Class B now in this VTS Citroen Saxo.
Yeah, let's have a look at the results from that race, though. The 2nd race of the weekend for the Hot Hatches. It was Paul Jarvis that won, by the way, in 2017. Ryan Polly, though, took the win with a 10th for 2nd advantage over Phil Wright, so 36 from 63. In 3rd place and completing an all-tie par podium, it was number 22, Tate Taverner. 4th to number 31, Will Murphy. 5th to number 44, Trevor Gregory. 6th to number 37, Chris McCloy. 7th to number 21, Jeff Connor. 8th was number 59, Dan McKay. Paul Jarvis winning Class B, 9th overall, 58. And 10th, treble 7, Mick Dwayne, 2nd in Class B. Then looking a bit further back, David Knight was 3rd in Class B in 13th place overall. In 17th place overall was number 124 Paul Durdle winning Class C, with David Drinkwater 2nd in that class, number 1. And in 20th overall, the 3rd place man in that class, Martin Paget, number 20. Further back, we can see scrolling through some of the drivers that didn't get to the end yesterday, including Stuart Kennedy in the VW Corrado. He made it home in 27th position. The Polo was there in 30th. Good to see that out on track. And then the remaining drivers, not all of whom made it to the end, I don't think. Callum Houch, I think, a non-finisher, as was Daniel Hipkiss and Stephen Langton. So that was the Hot Hats Championship. That will be back at Silverstone just 3 weeks from now on the national circuit for their 2nd event of the season. 3 races left to come here this afternoon at Croft, though. Coming up next, more hatchback action. Is the Demon Tweaks Yokohama Classic Stock Hatch Championship, their 2nd race of the day. We've then got the 5 Club Racing MX5 Cup, also their 2nd race of the day, and we'll round off proceedings with the Gas Shocks 116 Trophy, the 90-minute race, which will conclude this weekend's racing here at Croft Circuit. A reminder that we're back here at Croft on the 28th and 29th of May, and there's a full programme of events at Croft throughout the season. Another big event here at Croft is the Nostalgia event with some HSCC races. That's on the 3rd and 4th of September. Check out the details on the website. In the meantime, though, let's head down to the pit lane and Chris Stevens.
Ryan Polly, winner of race 2 of the PBS Brakes Hot Hatch Championship. Ryan, returning the favour of Phil from yesterday.
Yeah, I couldn't let him win both, could I? No, it was good. For once in all the years I've been racing, I actually managed to make the start, and yeah, just had to try and finish from there.
Of course, it's your 2nd year in this championship. You've started it off strongly. How do you think you're going to go from here?
Hopefully I'll carry on the same way we are at the moment, but no, who knows what will happen. As long as we keep finishing, it'll be all right.
Well, we look forward to seeing many more battles between you and Phil later on throughout the season. Congratulations on a fantastic win. Let's go and talk to our Class B leader, Paul Jarvis, in car number 58. Paul, that looked a little bit more straightforward for you compared to yesterday.
Yeah, I never really got into a good rhythm yesterday. It was such a weird race, but I think yesterday as well, it was difficult with the Class A cars that were sort of backing us up. But this one had a clear run at it, great weather, car felt great. So yeah, sort of put in the lap times that I was more expecting.
2 from 2. I mean, this sounds like you're mounting a championship challenge here.
Who knows? I don't know if I can afford to do all the races.
All right, well, we hope to see you out at plenty of the following races. Congratulations, perfect weekend for you. A different winner in Class C this time, Paul Drydle. How was that? It looked very close between you and David Drinkwater at the end.
It was towards the end, wasn't it? Yeah. I had to work very hard for that, believe me. I came here today thinking I was going to come second to last, not towards front end. So just, yeah, it was hard work. He was...
I hope you've got your camera footage, pal.
Yeah. He had me out on first corner. And yeah, he sort of and I spun tyres up on last corner, and he sort of hit me at back. But yeah, I had to work for it, but it was good. Enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, it might not be in the best of moods at the moment, but you're the victor here.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, yeah, fair and square, 100%.
All right, well, congratulations. Great race for you. Ian, let's go back to you, because coming up next, it is the second race for the Demon Tweaks Yokohama Classic Stock Hatch Championship.